Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's get a look at some of the stocks on the move today. I'm Paul Sweeney alongside Scarlett Fu, and we're joined by Bloomberg's Isabel Lee. Isabel, what are you looking at?
We have to look at Nvidia. Shares are edging higher by almost 4%. They delivered a surprisingly strong revenue forecast and really just pushed back on any idea that the AI industry may be in a bubble. So this eased a lot of concerns, and Nvidia has really become just a barometer of AI health. I mean, I think both of them have become synonymous over time. So sales is expected to be about $65 billion in the January quarter. That's $3 billion higher than analysts expected. And Nvidia also said that they have around $500 billion revenue bonanza in the coming quarters, which is also even bigger than expected. The CFO went further on Wednesday and said that it might even eclipse that target. And of course, there are also maybe headwinds in the horizon because they said that the China is still going to be a problem. They have largely locked Nvidia out of their massive market. And Jensen Huang said that our forecast for China is 0.
Right, but at least now they know that that's the baseline, and there wasn't confusion about whether it's included or not.
There's certainty in the 0.
Exactly. Next stock.
Next up is kind of sad, Bath & Body Works. It's down by 24%. This is the most since March 2020, according to SINS, SINS, and the lowest since July 2020. The ticker is BBWI. So they cut their full year outlook, and the company said that weak consumer sentiment is hurting shoppers' willingness to spend. And of course, again, the tariff, which I haven't heard in a while, which is impacting them. So the company announced a turnaround plan to refocus some of their home products retailers on its core business. So previously, their strategy was more aligned to drive incremental growth, but the new transformation plan is projected to have around $250 million in cost savings. So it lacks specifics, but one thing that they say is they will exit some categories like men's grooming and hair care. And I recently went to a store actually near my home.
Men's grooming stuff there?
Yes, and I was shocked because I was buying some little gifts because I'm going back to Asia tomorrow. And
of course not.
They have
I go to Cleveland. You go to the Philippines. I mean,
they have men's stuff. And I don't know, that was just new to me. Because remember when I was in college or high school, which was just a year ago, the perfumes were big.
College was a year ago?
High school was a year ago.
Okay. Oh
they were big on the perfumes. Do you remember that, Scarlett? Yeah. Everyone was giving each other the gifts in a plastic bottle, no?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I think sometimes it's a little too fragrant. It's like an overload on the senses.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Verizon.
Verizon, ticker is VZ. Shares are down by 0.8%. Again, it's a company-wide layoff that they announced. This will shrink the company by as much as 20% of the non-union workforce. So this is worth noting because Verizon is the largest U.S. carrier in the U.S. And they gave notice that they will begin cutting 13,000 employees. And it extends to every level: business, retail workers, customer service representatives, and senior executives. So this was announced by CEO Dan Schulman, who was lead independent director at Verizon. And he was named the top job last month after 2 consecutive quarters of subscriber losses and lackluster stock performance. Anyway, he promised a simpler, leaner, and scrappier business, but I can imagine that it must be bad for sentiment. I actually have a friend who works there, and she said that, you know, it feels
tough morale there in that kind of
morale.
environment. But I'm a Verizon wireless subscriber. Very happy with them. All right, Isabel Lee, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Isabel Lee, cross-asset reporter, Bloomberg News, and you're flying to where tomorrow?
Philippines.
Philippines. How long is that flight?
Taiwan. Maybe 15 hours.
Oh, jeez. Good luck.
You lose your mind after 10 hours, so it doesn't make a difference.
You have to watch like 3 movies and take a really long nap.
And then when you wake up, it's still 8 hours to go.
All right, better you than me. I couldn't do that.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.